Hello, it's Jim once again, and as promised I'm going to go over a few other tips, and these tips are going to sound basic, but they are very, very important.
Important announcement, very important announcement.
The very first tip, go to class, go to every class. Go to class on time, because students who go to class and go to class on time do better than those students who do not go to class, or even those students who go to class late. Second tip, get to know your instructor.
Hello, I'm Professor Proton.
I've always said the most underutilized resource on campus is instructors' office hours. Every instructor has office hours, even part-time instructors. It's part of their contract. Yet if you walk by an instructor's office during their office hours, there's usually one person in the office, and that's the instructor. I've also said that the hardest test is usually the first test because you don't really know what the instructor is going to ask. However, if you go see the instructor during their office hours, you get to know the instructor and you get an idea of what they're going to ask on the test. So go see the instructor during their office hours, get to know the instructor. Finally, major in something that's of interest to you.
Take it easy, I'm in pre-law, man. Pre-med, what's the difference?
I'll cover this a little bit more in later videos, but major in something that's of interest to you. I know it sounds basic, but too many times I hear parents say, well, he should major in this or she should major in that. Well, is that what you really want to major in?
Doctor, pre-med?
A lot of times I hear parents say, I don't want my son to major in sociology. They can major in engineering. They're good in math. Well, does your son or daughter really want to major in engineering? Maybe they want to major in sociology. First of all, don't you want your son or daughter to be happy? If so, why make them select a major that they don't really want? Second, don't you want your son or daughter to actually graduate? If they major in something they're really not interested in, there's a good chance that they're going to become part of that huge population that starts out in college and never graduates.
He dropped out of college.
Third, if they're passionate about something and they're good at it, and usually you're passionate about something you're good at, they'll be excellent professionals and their income will show it. Fourth, don't you want them to do it right the first time? I know a lot of students who graduated with degrees in engineering but really wanted to major in secondary education and math, and every time they were out in the field as an engineer and made a mistake, it just reinforced the fact that they really should have majored in secondary education math. So they ended up going back to school to become a secondary education math teacher. So do it right the first time. Fifth, would you rather your son or daughter complete half of an engineering degree, have a lot of loans, and no job prospects, or complete all of the sociology degree?
The student loan people called.
Remember, this is their future, not your future. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Success is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Even though I had an ACT score that was slightly below the average, national average, I graduated in college in 4 years because I had a couple things going for me. One was I had motivation, and that motivation came from majoring in the correct major for me. The second thing I had going for me was I had a belief that I was going to graduate in 4 years. Now, part of that came because I worked in the registrar's office as a student employee, and I was surrounded by people, student employees, who were graduating in 4 years.
Yes, I'm finally surrounded by smart, curious people.
So I surrounded myself with people who also believed they were going to graduate in 4 years. So keep those things in mind. Those are basic tips, but very good tips. And as promised, in the next video, I'm going to cover how to select the major that's right for you. I'll see you there. Thanks.